Greetings Internet, and welcome back for another early morning's presentation. So, a few months ago, back in November, I ran into a bit of a snag with my Ninja Turtles obsession. Allow me to put it that way. I went to this toy show, the first one I've ever been to in my life. And I was really excited because I was like, just the first toy show I've ever been to. I've seen all these videos online of what they're like, and I was like, this is going to be so cool, and I'm going to see all these cool old toys, and it's going to be great. And it was great. And I did get to see all these cool vintage, retro, old toys. But I ran into a snag, like I already said. Now, I was kind of tight on cash at the time, and there's another yawn, and I had enough that I could spare blah amount of money. So I brought blah amount of money in physical cash, because I thought, that's all the vendors were going to be able to, deal with, was like actual physical cash money. And so at the show, I'm like, really excited, and I'm going around to all the different booths, and I'm like, oh, that's cool, this is cool, and I'm also, in my mind, trying my dangdest to stay to the budget I had set for myself. Pardon. So, I'm walking around and buying stuff, and then I, reach my spending limit. But then I wound up finding out that some of the vendors, in fact most of the vendors at this toy show, were willing to take card. Like they had those nice little card reader things and the apps on their phones, so you could actually just hand them your card. They'd go blip. Alright, which ones did you want? Alright, so that would be blah 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 blah. Okay, so here's your card back. Would you like a receipt, or would you like me to send this via email? So, I wound up spending double of what I wanted to spend that day, and wound up basically financially not comfortable, but I made an oopsie. As one PewDiePie would like to say. I made an oopsie. So from that day on, I had told myself I was not going to be buying any more Ninja Turtle stuff until Colossal Con came around this year, and after Colossal Con, I was going to be, a lot more intelligent about my spending. Which, to my credit, I was being pretty smart about my spending before that happened. And yeah. So here it is, April 16th. And yesterday, on the 15th, I received a package in the mail. Now, the reason why I received a package in the mail is because last week, I want to say it was Wednesday or Thursday of last week, I came across this post. I'm yawning so much this morning. Why? But I came across this post from a guy in one of my Facebook groups, because, well, of course I did. I'm linked up with several of the Ninja Turtles collecting groups on Facebook. And this guy had a bunch of Ninja Turtle figures, a couple that are kind of harder to find, I think, in my personal opinion, at really good prices. These things were about $4 a pop. So, I saw these figures I needed for my collection, and I was like, oh, no, I shan't. I shall abstain from this. I'm thinking to myself these words. I shan't do this. I'm abstaining from this. Meanwhile, in reality, I had already taken a screenshot on my phone of the lot of figures, and I had already used the the doodle thing to, you know, circle several figures and go, are these still available? And if so, how much? And let's just say the figures I wanted were still available, and I was able to get here. Dang it. Sorry for the spasm, but I wasn't yawning nearly this much yesterday, and, well, I don't see why I am this morning. Anyway, so, needless to say, I had a shut up and take my money moment, and now I'm 4 figures closer to completing the 1990 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1990s Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles action figure line that spanned from 1988 to 1997-ish, 1998-ish. So here we go. These are the figures that were included in that little lot that I picked up. So, at one point during the 1990s, the Playmates Toy Company thought it would be a great idea to make Ninja Turtles for the 1992 Summer Olympics. Got another yawn coming. I could feel it. The 1992 Summer Olympics. And there were 4 figures released for that particular wave. Of just, you know, the main 4 turtles. We had Track and Field Leonardo, Powerlifting Donatello, Sewer Swimming Raphael, and Hot Doggin' Michelangelo. Excuse me just a moment, the oven beeped. I must put my food in the oven. My poultry is currently heating. My poultry patties will be delicious. So as I was saying, there were 4 figures released in this line. Track and Field Leo, Powerlifting Donatello, Sewer Swimming Raphael, and Hot Doggin' Michelangelo. Now, of these 4 figures, I currently have 2. I have Hot Doggin' Mike, and I have Powerlifting Donatello. And thanks to that guy's lot, I now own Track and Field Leonardo. This poor little figure has been beaten basically to death. But I'm happy with my purchase for $4. On his shirt here, it's supposed to say USA and have like a bunch of little stars on it. On his pants, you can kind of still make it out, but there's supposed to be a little sticker right here that says USA as well. And on this pant leg, it's completely gone, but there was supposed to be an American flag. And on his back, he has his Olympics turtle number, which, as you can see, is basically gone. It's still somewhat legible. It's supposed to be 812 for those of you who can't make it out. And his action feature, which is, if you couldn't tell from the stance, which you probably can't because, you know, I don't know how many of you keep up with the Olympics, but he's supposed to be doing basically like the shot put, which is essentially you take this heavy ball, pull it back like this and go and throw it as far as you can. But his action feature is kind of wonky. It's kind of broken. Like, he'll still work if you turn him backward or turn him upside down like this. See? Basically, he's supposed to click into place like Grand Slammin' Raphael, which was a baseball player figure. But anyway, what you're supposed to do, and mind you, none of these came with any accessories, is you'd put the javelin or the shot put or whatever you wanted to have him toss in his hand. You'd twist him around like this, and then you push the button, and he'd spin around and throw the little projectile. So that's pretty neat. the next couple of pieces I picked up are for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 Samurai movie. Ninja Turtles Movie 3 Samurai line. For some reason I was going to say Samurai Movie line. But here we go. I currently have a near complete set of those. At the time I was missing the Michelangelo that goes with this set, the April O'Neil, this character called Walker, who's an English pirate, and I believe I might have been missing a figure named Kenshin. I'll have to double check my action figures when I get the chance. But thanks to this cool dude from that Facebook group, I now have the April O'Neil and Walker. Now with Walker, I was fortunate enough that I believe I've got all of his accessories. I know I've got most of them. I think I might be missing his musket. It's probably the only piece I'm missing. And surprisingly, of this group, Walker is in the second best condition. He's only got a little bit of wear on his hand here. Don't know if you can see those little black marks. And on the back of his hat, his bright orange feather, like right up here, is like a little tiny spot of paint wear. Beyond that, this guy looks like he just came out of the box. Now mind you, these things, when I got them, were absolutely, well no, not all of them. Track and Field Leo here was absolutely filthy. Some little kid had a lot of playtime in a sandbox with that little fella. But all of these guys needed just a tiny bit of cleaning, which I did do yesterday when I got these in the mail. Because I don't know about y'all, but I don't like playing with dirty toys. So, got these all out of their box, got them all cleaned up, and I was happy with what I got. So now, of the Movie 3 Samurai line, I'm only missing Mikey and Kenshin, I believe I already said. Now this next figure comes from one of what a lot of Ninja Turtles fans consider to be one of the worst incarnations of the Turtles before Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I don't understand why people are saying Rise of the TMNT is so bad. I've seen a few episodes. I think it's okay. It does kind of have the vibe that a lot of people were getting from it, like, what was it, a Teen Titans Go kind of vibe, TMNT Go, as it were. But anyway, that's a topic for another day. So this next figure I got is from what is considered to be one of the worst televised versions of the Ninja Turtles. Not Rise, TMNT The Next Mutation. And from that line, I currently have 5 figures. I have the main 4 Ninja Turtles, Leo, Mikey, Donnie, and Raph. And then I have a Thunder Thrashers Michelangelo, I think it is. It's basically just Mikey wearing a Hawaiian shirt. I don't understand, because I haven't seen the entire series of The Next Mutation yet, although I do have the complete series on DVD. But anyway, I had 5 figures from this line. Now I have 6. Behold, Cyclin' Dudes Raphael. And I've got to say, I really, really like the look of this toy. He's kind of got that, you know, motorcycling thing going on. Because, duh, that's in his name. Now, unfortunately, the seller did not have the motorcycle that goes with this guy, so I'm going to have to try and track that down at some point. But, at least I've got this little fella. And mercifully, since the Next Mutation line, the Next Mutation series didn't last that long, there aren't that many figures in the line. But not so mercifully, a lot of figures from the end of that line, and by a lot I mean like the last 8 or 10, I'm not 100% sure on that, but the last 8 or 10 figures in that series are pretty hard to come by. So that's going to be a fun little project if I really want to collect all the 90s figures. And by all of them, I do in fact mean all of these guys as well. Now, all of the figures I've shown you today have nice tight joints. They're, like I said, there's a bit of wear and tear on them. Like on April here, there's some paint missing on her elbow there, and in a couple of other places. Raphael, the elbow pads have got some paint wear here and here. And of course, you already saw track and field Leo. This guy is beat up. But at least I have them. So these were the things that I knew I was getting. My voice just cracked. Woo! So these are the things I knew I was getting in this lot of figures, because these were the ones I wanted. And then, after I opened up the package and I was, rummaging around inside, I didn't know that the seller likes to throw in random bits and pieces and things here and there. And I mean, like, literally random. He calls them wild cards. He randomly threw in this neat little Boca Raton or Boca Raton, Florida shot glass. So, yeah, I own a shot glass now. So, yeah, there's not really much more to say at this stage. Oh, there is this I can say real quick. So when I first got track and field Leo and got him out of the packaging and whatnot, and by packaging I mean the mail, the little container I got him in the mail. First thing I realized right away is that they reused some parts. Shocker, I know, Playmates Toys reusing parts and stuff for their figures? Wow. But as I was looking them over, it appears that this hand right here, the one with the glove on it, looks almost identical to the one from Touchdown Toss and Leonardo from the Sports Turtles. And I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that arm came off of the basketball player Donatello from that same wave. And I'm sure the waist here, the lower half, is a retooling of the Grand Slam and Raphael. But beyond that, still a nice little figure, pretty cool little action figure. Even if mine is ever so slightly broken, I'll say. Whoop, see, I didn't even have to push the button. Poor Leonardo. He'll fit in well with the rest of my collection. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for coming back and watching another one of my videos. I do truly and greatly appreciate it. If you like what you've seen here today, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the little bell icon to be notified of future uploads once you are subscribed. And also, if you like this video, be a pal and share with a friend. And with all of that, happy hullabaloo out of the way. This is Oxleymations saying, Cowabunga, and I'll see you in the next episode. Later.